Two legends of the lanes combined to create the Primal Ghost. How's it going, everybody? Let's talk about the brand new Motiv release right here, right now. Hey, how's it going? This is Zintars, back with another ball review. And before we get started, I'd love to remind you guys to please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm a Motiv staffer out here bowling in the PBA regionals, and I also welcome all of you in Motiv Nation to comment on the video as well. Let's talk about this brand new ball that is going to tear it up. All right, so Primal Ghost. We have a combination of two things here for us. First off, we have the cover from the Jackal Ghost, the longest running asymmetric ball in Motiv's line. It's been out for a decade, okay? 10 years of dominance. We're taking that legendary Coercion HFS solid cover, and we're gonna wrap that around the Impulse V2 core that we see in the Primal series. I wanna start off by talking about the cover stock. Not usually how I would approach things, but I know this cover stock. I know it's strong, continuous, smooth, something that's really good for reading the lanes, right? Now we're wrapping that cover stock around something that is designed to be crazy in the back when it comes off of the oil pattern. So we're mixing kind of two different worlds. I can already tell you that anything wrapped in this cover will make for a great benchmark ball, if not more, just because of how well it grips the lanes and gives you a good, solid read without overreaction. Okay, now how about the Impulse V2 core? For those of you that saw my video before, the Primal Rage Evolution, you can see how much that core wants to move in the back. It's pretty sick. And why? Well, because the numbers on this core are huge. We have an RG of 2.5, which isn't ridiculous, but it's definitely on the high end. And the diff is 0.050. So when it comes to certainly all the Motiv stuff that I've drilled, we're talking maximum length, maximum flare. Yes, within Motiv, there are some higher diff balls just by a smidgen. We're talking about like the Forges, the Steel Forge, which I really like. The Evoke is right up there with it. And of course, there's the Jackals, which, I mean, that core is a beast in itself. But when it comes to matching the RG, the only things that are closer are the thrills. Here, just take a look. So, like I said, it's in this upper right-hand quadrant of higher RG, higher diff that no other ball occupies. We're gonna see a very strong angular motion out of this thing. Okay, now despite this ball being in its own zone, being so strong when it comes to the numbers at least, I can tell you that you're not gonna drill this to hook the lane or anything like that. Even I put on a 4.5 inch pin layout trying to get a really dynamic look out of the ball. But even with that kind of a layout, yes, it still generates a lot of angle. You'll see in the videos that the early rolls still dominates how this ball is gonna go through the pins. So that's all to say, and I repeat myself, you're not drilling this to cover the lane. This ball will feast when you give it a chance to go up the lane. And I know that sounds counterintuitive because we're talking about a strong ball. The more you let that ball drive down lane and save all that energy for that motion it's gonna make, you're gonna send that ball flying through the pocket and you're gonna get some serious pin carry out of this. The more you try opening it up, I think you're gonna be asking for a little bit more trouble. Not to mention, if I get to start with the Primal Ghost and I start moving left, hanging 10 pins, I see the cover stock just kind of not getting the ball back enough. Yeah, that means I can go into the Primal Evo, or I can go into something like the Steel Forge, which, since I've only done one other full length review and that was on the Steel Forge, that should tell you how much I like that ball. So That means the move would be, it'd be about 3 boards further in with the steel forge, and I can pitch it out to the same point, but the steel forge with that stronger rolling core and that shinier cover stock is going to get down lane, but then once it finally gets to the point, it's going to want to make that turn. I know that ball's going to get back to the pocket when the Primal Ghost does not. Okay, so enough of me just talking about it. If you haven't seen the footage already, don't worry, I'll play it right here and we'll walk through it together. I'll let you know what I saw, how I felt as I threw each of these shots, so you can get an idea of what the ball was doing as it got down lane 2. So let's get it started. I didn't know what to expect when I actually got onto fresh, and sure enough, same result of when I shot 255 with it out of the box. Gets down lane, reads clean, drives right through the pocket. So I hope just in that one shot alone you could already see what I'm talking about, where you get almost a 2-stage reaction, where you get this roll and then you get an extra pop at the back. All right, shot number 2, I pitched it a little bit further right because I know the house shot and how it plays. Came on back, but I can tell you right now that's a very dangerous thing to do on our house shot because it's so wet dry. So I would never want to send it further right than that because it will just read and snap and die out if I go any further. All right, shot number 3, I'm standing a little bit further left, I get it further right. 7-10, thank you very much. I could kind of expect that given what I did in the shot. And the very next one, now, almost had a 10 pin there. Could have kicked it out. So if you'll see in this next one, I actually close it back down. And bang, there's the result. And I'll follow it up again. I actually leaked that one in a little bit left, but again, it's just rolling right on through. Now you're seeing what I mean. If you try to open up the lane more and more, try and generate more angle, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice with this ball. Whereas I was basically standing about 23, 24. My break point was right around 10. I'm letting this ball get down lane, which is what the core wants to do, and I'm just trying to conserve all that energy so it goes into the pocket. Bang, trip down another 10 right there. Another shot right there. Flush. Don't have to worry about 10. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a bonus, I guess you could say. Knowing that we can close the lane down with some real success with it, that's where I came up in the next couple of shots here. And I actually moved further to the right and be more up the back of the ball. So first shot as I get out to the right, I think I leaked it a little bit further right than I wanted to, but bang. I was kind of excited that it worked out because then I could do more of these shots. Little overreaction at the back there, but I liked the result. Obviously, it's a strike, and I got a little more gutsy. I opened up just a little bit more, and I actually 10-pin, like I've been telling you guys, right? Create a little more space, and yeah, pay the price with a 10-pin there. But I can tell you, you can definitely play out to the right and kind of treat this ball, again, like a benchmark ball, where it doesn't just mean a benchmark is going to tell you where in the arsenal you have to go up and down. Benchmark is also your most versatile ball, and the Primal Ghost has that versatility where you're able to be up the back of the ball a little bit more, generate more forward roll, so it's reading the lane earlier, but then it's still going to get you that reaction at the back. And that means that this ball's automatically in my tournament bag if I can get 2 different angles with relatively no extra change in my hand position, wrist position, what I need to do at the end with the ball. So I also wanted to take the opportunity to show what it looks like to have the same core wrapped in 2 completely different cover stocks, right? The Primal Rage Evo really is designed to get down lane and make that big left turn at the back. Quick, fierce, angular. And the Primal Ghost, far different. This thing is trying to read and roll. So once I got lined up with the Primal Ghost, I decided to go right in there and stand at the same place, throw the same shot, and see what the Primal Rage Evo would do. So let's take a look. All right, first shot the Primal, and yeah, right through the face, 4-pin. I immediately jumped further left, and it was 2 boards further left for the record, and then you see I'm right back in the pocket. So that's why I said earlier that this ball really this Primal Ghost is under the Primal Rage Evolution, just because it's trying to read earlier. But that's just going to prove that once the Primal Ghost is, like I said, kind of in that in-between zone where it's just not quite getting to the pocket anymore, that gives you the option to go and ball up, which is something I love being able to do in a regional or any tournament where, okay, now you can actually give me an opportunity to get something stronger and create more pin action. Oh yeah, sign me up. So off of that, the Primal Rage Evo is definitely a good option. And if it's not that, it's going to be the Steel Forge. So I know it sounds like in some ways I've been hyping this ball up, and then I've been kind of negating it a little bit too by saying like, well, you can only do so much with this ball and this and that. I don't care. This looks like a real freaking winner. If you keep your expectations right in line with what this ball is meant to do, which, like I said, is kind of like that benchmark plus ball, you will fall in love. Very predictable rolling read, but then still generates a little something extra in the back. The Primal Ghost absolutely is the ball to have for League and for going into tournaments to get that initial read on the lanes this fall. So take a look at it, see if you like it, keep watching my video, and if you do like what you see, talk to me about it. I'm here for the comments, and I always respond. Like and subscribe, and we'll talk about this even more. Thanks, guys.